Imagine you are trying to get into an exclusive VIP club. You walk up to the door and give the bouncer the secret knock. For a long time, that secret knock, your password, was all it took to get inside. But now the rules have changed, and the bouncer stops you and says he needs to see some ID. Relying only on a password is what security experts call a single point of failure. If someone overhears your secret knock, or guesses it, or buys it from a list of stolen passwords online, they can walk right through the front door of your digital life. To fix this, we use multi-factor authentication, or MFA. MFA is that bouncer demanding a second piece of proof before letting you in. This diagram shows 3 categories of identity proof. First, something you know, like a password or PIN. Second, something you have, like a smartphone or a physical key. Third, something you are, like a fingerprint or facial scan. When you require 2 of these factors together, the security of your account goes way up. Even if a hacker steals your secret knock, the digital bouncer will block them because they do not physically hold your phone or have your fingerprint. Let's see how this bouncer metaphor maps to a real digital workflow. This flowchart maps out the first step. You type your username and password on your computer, and that information travels as a data packet over to a central server. The server checks the password and sees that it matches. But instead of letting you straight in, it pauses. It creates a secondary challenge, a temporary code, and sends it down a completely different path, directly to your registered smartphone. Once you read that code on your phone and type it into the login screen, you complete the circuit. The server verifies both pieces of evidence side by side. The red lock turns green, and you are securely logged in. MFA is an excellent shield, but the specific tools you use matter. For years, the most common way to get that second code was through a standard SMS text message. But text messages have become a major target for attackers. One of the biggest threats is a tactic called SIM swapping. This diagram shows how it works. An attacker calls your cellular provider, pretends to be you, and convinces them to transfer your phone number to the attacker's device. When the server sends your login text, it gets diverted straight to the hacker's red phone. Attackers also use a psychological trick called MFA fatigue, or prompt bombing. This does not rely on intercepting a text, but rather wearing the user down. The attacker uses a stolen password to trigger login requests over and over again. Your phone buzzes with approval pop-ups nonstop, often late at night. Eventually, out of sheer frustration or confusion, the user taps yes just to make the noise stop, accidentally letting the attacker inside. Because text messages can be intercepted and approval prompts can be weaponized against tired users, security teams are moving away from SMS. The primary goal now is to use secure methods tied directly to a physical device that you control. A much safer alternative to text messages is an authenticator app. To see this in practice, let's look at this mock-up of the Amazon Web Services console, specifically the Identity and Access Management dashboard. We will start in the Security Credentials tab. In a business environment, IT administrators can set specific rules, called policies, that permit employees to set up their own authenticator apps. This lets everyone manage their own security without needing the power to change anything else in the system. Click Assign MFA Device and select Authenticator App. A unique QR code appears. Point your phone's Authenticator app at the screen to scan it. The server syncs instantly. Your phone now generates a new offline code every 30 seconds, bypassing vulnerable cell tower signals. When setting this up, there are 2 crucial best practices to remember. First, always apply MFA to your highest level administrative accounts, like the AWS root account. Second, for push notifications, turn on number matching. This requires you to type a specific number shown on your screen, which completely stops those frustrating prompt bombing attacks. By combining a strong password with a device-bound authenticator app, you close the loopholes that hackers use. You remove the single point of failure and build a highly resilient lock around your cloud infrastructure. Let's do a quick review to lock in what we covered today. This board has 3 key questions to test your understanding of multi-factor authentication. Question 1. What are the 3 common authentication factors? They are something you know, something you have, and something you are. Question 2. What is a major vulnerability of relying on SMS text messages? The answer is SIM swapping, where an attacker tricks a carrier into transferring your phone number to intercept your texts. And question 3. What type of MFA device provides a secure, offline alternative for AWS? You want to use an authenticator app. Take a moment today to check your own digital front doors. Whether it is your banking app, your email, or your company's cloud network, make sure you have moved past just a password and enabled strong multi-factor authentication.